What's going on, guys? John Alder here from Tkinter.com, and in this video, we're going to look at Treeview for TTKBootstrap and Tkinter. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to look at the Treeview for TTKBootstrap. But before we get started, if you like this video, want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and be sure to grab your totally free PDF version of my Tkinter Widget Quick Reference Guidebook. The thing is awesome, over 150 pages with all the Tkinter Widget attributes. Grab your free PDF copy today. Just head over to tkinter.com/widget-book in your email address, and I'll send that right out to you. And while you're there, think about membership in tkinter.com and get all my Tkinter courses, all my future courses for one low price. Use coupon code YouTube to get 30% off membership if you're interested. Okay, in this video, like I said, we're gonna look at the Treeview for TTKBootstrap, and I'm not gonna get into the Treeview in great detail. I've got other videos on that. I'm gonna take some of my older videos that I did on the Treeview and put them into one big video, and I'll post that in a few days. So if you wanna get into a deep dive on the Treeview, you can look at that. But for now, I'm just gonna show you how to make a basic Treeview, how to do the TTKBootstrap styling and stuff that you would expect for this thing. And that's what we're gonna look at in this video. So here we've got a Treeview, and you can see it's just this box thing with rows and columns. And we got first name, last name, and email address. I just kept it very simple. We got some dummy data, first name 1, last name 1, email 1, etc. So that's what we're gonna look at in this video. So let's head over to our code. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor and then Git Bash Terminal as always. And as always, you can find a link to the code in the pinned comment section below, as well as a link to the playlist with all the other videos in this TTKBootstrap series. So check it out if you haven't so far. So we've got a file, I'm calling it tree_view.py. It's our basic Tkinter starter code. We've imported TTKBootstrap as TB, as always. We pip installed that long ago. We're using the superhero theme, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So let's go ahead and just define the columns that we want in our Treeview. And I'm just gonna call this columns. And this is just gonna be a little tuple here. And we want first_name, then we want last_name, and then let's just go email. So very simple, all there is to it. So now let's create a simple Treeview. So I'm gonna call this my_tree, and it's gonna be tb.treeview, and it's tb dot because up here we imported TTKBootstrap as TB. And here we just wanna put this in root, and we want to select a boot style. And these are the same boot style colors that we've used for all the TTKBootstrap widgets, right? So you have primary, secondary, success, info, warning, danger, light, dark, all the things. So I'm just gonna go success, so that's that green color. And then we wanna set the columns to whatever our columns are gonna be. Well, right here, we defined our columns as columns. So we're gonna set columns equal to columns. And here, let me put this on another line. We want to show, and we wanna show the headings. Now this will show, the headings at the top of each column, which we haven't actually defined yet, but that'll do that. So, okay, that looks good. So now we want to show these headings, we have to define the headings, right? So let's go my_tree.heading. And then here we just designate each column. So the first one is first_name. That's this thing right here. But then we put a comma, and then the text for that heading is going to be what? Let's just go first name. So you notice this is more like a variable name, and this is more like the text that's going to show on the Treeview. So it's capitalized, got a space in there, it looks nicer, right? So let me just copy this, and we'll do this a couple more times. So we have first name, we also have last name. And here I'll change this to last name. And then this one will be email. And I'll switch the text for this to email address. Make it look nice and pretty. Okay, so that looks good. So now let's create some sample data, right? Now, normally you would have real data, but we don't have any real data. This is just a tutorial. So I'm gonna go ahead and create some. So let's create a Python list that's empty. And now let's fill it with some fake data. So let's go for in range of 1 through 20. So we're gonna have 20 rows, right? And then for each row, we want contacts.append, and it's contacts.append because, well, let's change this to contacts. All right, so we're gonna append into this empty Python list. What do we wanna append? Well, let's create a list here. So let's choose F strings. And for each one, I'm gonna say the first name and then just pass in a number. So that'll be n, that's this guy right here. So for each one of these, so the first time we loop through this, the n will be 1. The second time we loop through this, the n will be 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time we loop through here, this n will change. So this will allow the data that shows up on the Treeview to be first 1, first 2, first 3 for each row, right? So, all right, that looks good for that. Now we also need to do the same thing for last. So let's go last in, and we also need to do the same thing for email. So let's go email in at address.com, right? All right, so just some basic dummy data. We'll cycle through and do 20 rows of that. So now all of this fake data has been appended to this Python list. Now we just need to put that list on our Treeview, right? So we can do that right here. And let's do another loop. Let's go for contact in contacts, right? And it's contacts because that's the name of our list here. Contact singular because we just make that one up. That's how loops work. And then let's go my_tree.insert. And we want to put this at the 0th spot. So from 0 to end. And then what value do we want? Well, whatever that contact is. Okay. So, all right, that's really kind of all there is to it. Let's go ahead and save this and run it. Let's head over to our terminal. I'm in my Tkinter.com directory. And let's run Python tree_view.py. And you know what? We forgot to pack our tree view onto the screen. Why didn't you remind me? So let's see where we created our tree view right here. We obviously need to my_tree.pack this guy. Let's give this a pad Y of 20, push down screen a little bit. So, all right, that should work now. Head back over to our terminal, run this guy again, and there we go. And that's all there is to it, right? So we've got first one, first two, first three. We can use our mouse little scroll button to scroll down this guy. And there we go. So here we have our columns, first name, last name, email, and everything looks great. Now this whole thing is green because that's the boot style we selected, right? So we can go danger, right? Save this, run it. And now we've got the nice red, horribly ugly, right, tree view. So that's really all there is to it. Now, like I said, we're not going to dive deep into how to use Treeviews because with TTKBootstrap, you just use your Treeview like you would in a regular Tkinter widget, right? Just use all the same attributes that the regular Tkinter widget Treeview has, and you're good to go. So there's nothing specific to TTKBootstrap that you need to change except adding a boot style to change the color, basically, right? And like I said, I'll try and put together a deep dive of the Treeview because it's really interesting. I could do 40 or 50 videos on it alone. There's all kinds of cool stuff you could do with it. And in fact, I have in past videos on my other codemy.com channel. So I'll put together a bunch of those videos into one big video, upload it to this channel sometime in the next few days or so if you're interested in doing a deep dive on the Treeview. And then, of course, if you wanted to make it into a TTKBootstrap Treeview, you just do what we did in this video to use a TTKBootstrap Treeview. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and be sure to grab your totally free PDF copy of my Tkinter Widget Quick Reference Guide book. I think it's awesome, over 150 pages with all the Tkinter Widget attributes. Grab your free copy today. Just head over to tkinter.com/widget-book, enter your email address, and I'll send that right out to you. And while you're there, think about membership in Tkinter.com. You can get all my Tkinter courses and all my future courses for one low price. Use coupon code YouTube to get 30% off membership if you're interested. My name is John Elder from Tkinter.com, and I'll see you in the next video.